Have you ever felt like trusting God is the hardest thing to do? You prayed and prayed, but nothing seemed to change. You believed for a breakthrough, but the doors stayed closed. You held on for a miracle, but heaven stayed silent. And in those moments, it feels easier to give up than to keep trusting. But here's the truth. Faith is not proven in the easy times. Faith is tested and proven in the waiting, in the silence, in the moments when everything inside of you wants to let go. Friend, let me remind you today, God is still working even when you don't see it. He has not abandoned you. His promises are still true, and He is still worthy of your trust. Trusting God feels hard because we are wired to want control. We want the map before we take the journey. We want to see the destination before we leave the starting point. We want certainty before we take a step. But God rarely gives us the full picture. He gives us one step at a time, and that is where trust is tested. Think about it. When you lose your job, when the diagnosis comes back negative, when the relationship you prayed for falls apart, trusting God feels like walking blindfolded through a storm. You don't know what's ahead. You don't know how long the storm will last. And yet God whispers, "Trust me." This is the challenge of faith. Can you trust Him when you don't understand? Can you keep believing when nothing makes sense? The Bible is filled with stories of people who had to trust God in impossible circumstances. Abraham was called to leave his home, his family, his comfort, and go to land he didn't even know. God promised him descendants as numerous as the stars, but he waited 25 long years before Isaac was born. 25 years of silence, waiting, and doubt. And yet Abraham is remembered as the father of faith. Joseph was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused, and thrown into prison. For years, he suffered in places that seemed far from God's promise. And yet, at the right time, God raised him up to become second in command in Egypt, saving not only a nation, but his own family. Job lost everything, his health, his wealth, his children. And still he declared, "The Lord gave and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." His story reminds us that trust is not about circumstances. It's about believing God's character even when life falls apart. But what happens when we stop trusting God? The answer is simple. Fear takes over. When trust fades, worry grows. When faith weakens, doubt becomes louder. When we let go of trust, bitterness and frustration creep in. Saul, Israel's first king, is an example of this. He was instructed to wait for Samuel to offer the sacrifice, but impatience and fear led him to take matters into his own hands. That single act of mistrust cost him the kingdom. When we stop trusting, we step outside of God's covering. We might still try to do good things, but without trust, those efforts lack His blessing, and the result is often regret and emptiness. So why should we keep trusting God? Because His character never changes. People may fail you, systems may disappoint you, but God is faithful. He cannot lie. His promises do not expire. In Hebrews it says, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. That means the God who parted the Red Sea is the same God who can part your impossible situation. The God who provided manna in the wilderness is the same God who can provide for your needs today. Trust is not rooted in what we see. It is rooted in who He is. Think of a child walking with their father at night. The child may not see the road ahead, but as long as their hand is in their father's hand, They feel safe. That is what trust looks like. We may not know the future, but we know the one who holds it. But how do we strengthen our trust in God in daily life? First, through prayer. Even when you don't feel like it, pray. Prayer is less about moving God's hand and more about aligning your heart. Second, remember what He has already done. Keep a journal of answered prayers. Write down the ways He has come through for you in the past, because when you face new trials, your memory of His faithfulness becomes the anchor that holds you steady. Third, build community. Faith is hard to maintain in isolation. We need brothers and sisters who can remind us of God's promises when we forget. Fourth, focus on the eternal, not just the immediate. So often we lose trust because we want instant answers, but God works with eternity in mind. And finally, learn to let go of control. Cast your burdens on Him. Surrender the need to have all the answers. Trust that His plan, though mysterious, is better than anything you could design. Real-life stories remind us of this truth. A man loses his business. He feels ashamed, like a failure, but in time, God opens a door for him to start something new, something he never imagined, something far greater than before. What looked like an ending was actually a new beginning. A woman goes through divorce. She feels broken, unworthy, unloved. But as she leans on God, He heals her heart and uses her story to encourage other women walking through the same pain. What she thought was the end became a ministry of hope. A young man battles addiction. He falls again and again. He feels too weak to ever change. But God's grace meets him in his lowest moment, giving him the strength to rise again. And today, his testimony inspires others to believe that freedom is possible. Each story echoes the same message. Trust God, even when it hurts, even when it's dark, because He is working behind the scenes. God's second chances don't always look the way we expect. Sometimes He reopens the same door. Other times, He leads us to a new path. Jonah was sent back to Nineveh, but Peter never returned to fishing. He became a shepherd of souls. David didn't undo his past mistakes, but God still used him as king. Trusting God means allowing Him to redeem the broken pieces, even if the picture doesn't look the same as before. The power of trust is not in controlling the outcome, but in believing that God can bring beauty out of ashes. Friend, maybe you're listening right now, and you feel like you've been waiting too long. Maybe you're tired, discouraged, and ready to give up. But let me speak life over you. Your story is not over. God is not finished. If you're still breathing, there is still purpose. Don't let the silence fool you. Don't let the waiting convince you that God has forgotten. He is working in ways you cannot see. His timing is not your timing, but it is always perfect. You may not understand today, but one day you will look back and say, "Now I see why it had to be that way." So keep trusting, keep praying, keep walking. Trust is not a one-time decision. It is a daily choice. Each morning when you wake up, choose to say, "God, I trust you today." Even if the answers don't come, even if the road feels long, even if the night feels endless, keep trusting, because the dawn is on its way. Breakthrough may be just one prayer away. Hope may be waiting just around the corner. Healing may be closer than you think. God is writing your story, and He has never failed a single one of His children. He won't start with you. If you hear one thing today, let it be this: do not give up on God. He has not given up on you. Keep trusting, keep believing, keep holding on, because one day soon you will see what He was doing all along, and you'll realize it was worth the wait.